Hello, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Four Quarters podcast powered by Four Quarters Media. I'm your host, Tyler Bennett, here with you once again. This is part number 2 of episode 4. It's our second U Sports focused day of season 2. In part number 1, which hopefully you listened to before this, you heard from Mount Royal women's basketball head coach Robin Fleckenstein. And in part number 2, the reason why you're on this one right now is to hear from St. Mary's Huskies forward Qyemah Gibson. Just finished up his second year with the Huskies, entering a different type of third season, one that is not going to be a full one. The news came down Monday, June 8th, that the AUS was among 4 leagues alongside the OUA, Canada West, and the OCAA to announce that they were suspending fall sports. So basketball will not start league play until at least January 2021. So off the top, we had to get Q's thoughts on that. And as he said, he kind of had some insider information of what was going to come down the pipeline eventually. But it's one thing to hear the rumors and think you know what's coming, and then when you hear it officially announced that your season is now delayed by an extra 4 months, it's tough to hear. It's real tough to hear. So we got his thoughts on that, the league being pushed back to January. We talked about what he's been doing to stay game ready, keep in shape as best as he can, a lot of body weight workouts, cardio, which I don't agree with. Not that I don't agree with doing it. I just don't. I'm not a cardio guy at all. I don't run. I don't do much of anything, let's be honest. So we got some thoughts on what he's been doing to stay healthy, stay ready. And then we looked at the season that was for the Huskies. 11-9, 5-8 coming into February, and then they won 6 of their last 7 in the month of February to put themselves back in the playoff picture, earn themselves that 4 seed, and really ride a wave of momentum that carried them into the AUS semifinals, where they eventually lost to Dalhousie, who went on to win a silver medal at Nationals. So it was a good chat, start to finish, a lot of fun. Great to hear from Q, especially based on Monday's news. We recorded the interview on Tuesday morning, so 24 hours essentially after the news broke, we got his thoughts on it. So that was really good timing. It worked out in favor for the interview, for the chat. But hopefully you guys enjoy it too. So with that in mind, let's jump right in to part 2 of episode 4 of the Four Quarters podcast powered by Four Quarters Media with St. Mary's Huskies forward Qyemah Gibson. Enjoy. All right, so I'm now thrilled to be joined by St. Mary's Huskies forward Qyemah Gibson. Q, first off, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to do this. How are things going on your end right now?
No problem, man. Everything's fine on my end. How are things with you?
Good. Ontario is a bit further behind than most people with COVID. We aren't even in phase 2 yet, and they only said certain cities, and I'm in one that stays closed longer. So that kind of sucks, to be honest. Not gonna lie, but you gotta take it day by day. I guess you gotta just work from home longer, stay inside, and try not to go crazy at this point.
Yeah, I feel you. Nova Scotia is probably the complete opposite right now.
Mm-hmm. Like you
guys just living their normal life.
Yeah, you said before we came on that you guys have had like no cases in 4 days or something, which is
something like that.
Incredible. And then you get countries like New Zealand that are now COVID-free, which is insane. But it seems like every part of Canada is in a different stage.
Yeah, true.
And Ontario and Quebec have kind of ruined it for everybody else. So I guess our apologies for slowing down everybody else's summer. What have you been doing since all of this kind of came out, just to stay in shape, stay ready for the season, which we'll talk about in a bit, is going to be a bit delayed? What have you been doing just to stay busy, I guess?
I've just trying to stay positive.
Mm-hmm.
going for jogs, like doing in-home workouts. I play
Mm-hmm.
basketball like maybe like 4 times out of the week now,
Mm-hmm.
since like all the basketball courts are opening back up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what
Just
I've been doing lately.
anything to stay busy. I don't I've
Yeah.
said it before with everybody says they're jogging. I can't bring myself to run for just to
Yeah.
go nowhere, just to end up back at the same spot I started. I
I
mean,
know. Yeah.
I think once you get started, you get past that initial doubt or question why, it's probably a little better. But I can't bring myself to run and end up back in the same spot. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I just try to beat my previous time from the previous day.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that's kind of my motivation right now,
And I
to just
guess it
get
helps with
better every day.
cardio and everything else. I get why people do it, and I get why
Yeah.
athletes do it. But you see people that don't play sports anymore, just running for enjoyment. That doesn't
Yeah.
scream fun. It looks like it hurts.
It broke me bored. That's
Probably they've gone that far down their list of things to do just to stay busy, and running for fun is where they're at in their
it.
life. Bless them.
Yeah. Sounds
Uh,
crazy. Now that you put it that way.
like I was talking to Mount Royal's head coach, Robin Fleckenstein, as well, and like talking about hiking. And I lived in Alberta for 2 years. I didn't hike a mountain. I just don't see the point of climbing a big rock to climb back down.
I've never been hiking.
You get the same views off Google. They're there for you already. You just search it and post it and say you did it. No one has to know.
Not at all.
Kind of want to get your thoughts on the season. Obviously, Monday's news wasn't the best for athletes,
Yeah.
coaches, anybody really, with AUS, OUA, Canada West, and the OCAA all canceling or suspending fall sports. So basketball won't start until at least January. What were you thinking when that came out?
Well, my coach was kind of like keeping me in the loop, so I really kind of like knew that it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
going to start until January.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday's news wasn't very shocking to me, but I would say it's very unfortunate. But I think they made the right decision nonetheless.
I think there's a lot of people on both sides of it that, yeah, you understand why they did it, but then you also see, like you said, Nova Scotia hasn't had cases in 4 days.
Yeah,
Everything's on the decline in the East Coast and the West Coast. That middle part again is still
yeah,
the gray area, but everybody is in such a different state that you wonder, like, in 3 months a lot's going to change. Could you have had a fall season?
yeah. I feel like maybe they were like pressured to make a decision,
Mm-hmm.
so they just wanted to go with the safer decision, I guess. Which
Yeah,
I don't
and
fault them for,
no, you
but
can't fault
maybe it
them
was a little
for.
bit too early.
Yeah, and you look at your academics, and like if athletes are coming from out of town, that's a big factor too. Residents, classes. A
Yeah,
lot of schools have already gone either online for the fall, online for the year. Someone was saying that Regina is going online the entire year.
oh
So
man,
go until fall 2021 is all online. But then you've on in our end, the only school I've heard of is Redeemer in Hamilton. They're still working at a full in person.
yeah.
They still want to
I feel
get
like
the full year running as close to normal, just obviously your smaller classes, and residence is a bit different. But to have a school say they want to do a full in person in the fall
yeah,
is
that's
completely different than in
yeah, it
every
is
other
different.
school.
I feel like mostly every AUS school has gone online for the fall semester.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it has its perks, I guess. I mean, you don't really have to get up that early. You can. I mean, haven't taken an online class in years. I don't know if you have to be on at a certain time, but I mean, you can get up at like 5 minutes before your class and roll out of bed, and away you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody.
So now it's like
Sorry, go ahead.
it'll be very different now,
Mm-hmm.
like having to be all online.
Mm-hmm. You're
We'll
not
see
even
how that
gonna.
goes.
You're not even gonna have to wear pants.
No,
You just
You
put
just
on a
wake
shirt,
up.
everybody sees like chest up. That's all you got to see. That's so much easier.
Wake up in a 10 class. Yeah.
You can stay in your bed in a 10 class if you want to. You don't have to get up.
Not at all.
I think there's a lot of people that will enjoy that part of it as opposed to having to get up, get ready, go to school, interact with people.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I think we're going to miss the most is actually talking to people in person.
Being able to see people, interact with people.
And we're all going to forget how to do it when it all ends because we're all used to screens at this point. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a whole different normal that we're not going to be used to.
I like to see how it plays out.
I kind of wish they would have waited a bit longer to make the decision on fall sports with everything changing. I think a lot of them, like you said, were either pressured or whatnot from probably presidents of universities and colleges to make a decision. But I think June 8th is a bit early to make that decision and not weigh all your options and see what could have been done to have some sort of season. Because I think like individual sports are still going to go. I think they're still going to have like your golf, your curling, badminton, I think as well. So you're still going to run those. I don't know. I think you could have made something work with team sports. Would have been a lot tougher, obviously. I don't know. I think, like you said, I think it was a bit early.
Yeah, it would have been super tough to like make team sports happen, but it was like too early, I think. Maybe like mid-July would have been like a good deadline for them to make a decision.
Kind of wait and see how like the professional leagues do their workouts, how they come back and kind of base it off that. Like with the NBA coming back end of July, workouts starting end of June, I think, something around then. NHL coming back as well, hopefully sometime soon. Kind of see how they bring everybody back into it. And obviously we can't have hub cities with school.
No.
But see how they bring things back and kind of pull what you can and make a change and adapt it to what we have.
Yeah, they definitely should have waited a little longer, but
that's just,
I guess they feel like they made the right decision. So
that's just me being selfish, I guess, too. I just want sport back. Like, I don't know how we can talk about basketball when there's no basketball now until January. This is going to be tough.
And I know it's not going to be able to play basketball until January.
It's going to be almost a year. It's going to be probably 10 months since there was a game. So March to January, you're going to be 10 months without a college game.
It feels like it's already been 10 months now.
Right? It's crazy. It's only been 3 months. It feels like it's been so much longer. But then it also feels like it's gone by so quick at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go out and
yesterday.
I just want to go outside and
yesterday I was taking
normal
exams in school. Yeah.
Exactly. Like they've said it before, like we woke up one day, Rudy Gobert was tested positive, and then like in 2 days, everything just shut down.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert was the end of everything.
Yeah, I think that's going to be his legacy. No matter how many awards he wins in the NBA, whatever he does, his legacy will be that he shut down pro sports for however long. And I don't know if I want to have that as my legacy. Although he will be talked about in every history class.
Yeah.
For years when this becomes a topic as what started the pandemic officially.
Yeah, he'll stay relevant in that sense.
I guess that's a good thing then. Everybody talks about you, just not in the light you want to be talked about as a basketball player.
Yeah, that's probably not the legacy he wants to be remembered by.
No.
But you can't rewrite history, so
that's true. You take it you take it day by day, and you adjust and adapt as it comes. And if your legacy is you shut down pro sports in North America and the world, technically he changed the world, I guess. So I mean, he probably got told that several times as a kid, and now he can say, "I changed the world."
Definitely did.
I guess that's all you can ask for. I guess when you grow up to change the world, and here we are. What kind of workouts have you been doing to stay ready? You said you're running, doing home workouts.
Yeah.
For people kind of in a similar boat that may not have access to a gym, what kind of drills have you been doing just to keep your game to where it was and to kind of build off of last year and into next year?
I've been doing like push-ups, dips, like pull-ups. My
Mhm.
apartment building has a stairwell, so I've just been
Okay.
kind of like doing launches up the stairs, running up the stairs, like jumping from stair to stair and stuff like that.
hmm lot of
So
lot of body weight exercises.
yeah, a lot of body weight stuff.
hmm
And I have like a exercise ladder that I go out on the field, like not
Okay.
far from my house, and I don't know, act like I'm a football player sometimes.
Get that agility going, get the footwork going.
Yeah,
hmm
need to buy some cleats probably.
hmm Probably make it a little bit easier to run on the grass for you.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah, it'll be a little easier.
I think there's
So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and then you guys said like courts are opening up now, like parks are opening up, so you guys can actually get out and play some basketball
Yeah,
as well, and not just kind of dribble in your apartment and annoy the people below you.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they're tired of hearing my basketball.
I think there's a lot of people that have live in apartments that are just have absolutely pissed off the people below them because there's just basketballs dribbling all the time. Like
Yeah,
you got to do what you got to do what you can, and if
for real. I
you
wish I lived on the first floor.
that would be good. The floor is going to be a lot more solid probably because it's probably built on the cement.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll just go in the parking garage.
Okay. Yeah. Just dribble around cars as they pull out.
Yeah.
Make your own little obstacles.
We get some cones and
Yeah.
some lines going.
Block off a section with cones and people think it's closed, but it's just for you and your workouts. Put a have to
That's actually a good idea.
put a net on one of the pillars too. If they have one of the big cement pillars, just put a net on there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
And then just block it off with cones and make it your own little half court workout.
I have to try that.
Challenge your neighbors too. See if they can challenge them. Like, I don't know, for groceries or food, like they have to go get your food if you win, save you from going out in public kind of thing, just to keep it interesting, competitiveness, keep your mental game strong.
Yeah,
That could be
I have
fun.
to take you up on that. That would be fun.
I'd be interested to see if someone actually did that, just block off their back corner of their parking garage that no one ever uses
Yeah.
and just go to town. Just paint a key, paint a 3-point line, put a net up to 10 feet. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Just start balling.
Just go to town. Get all the neighbor kids out there. Everybody's active still, and
Yeah.
they're still inside the parking garage, so you're not outside. I think we're
I
onto
feel like
something. I
everybody
think
would
we're
be
onto
lined
something
up.
with this.
We are. Started a trend.
We're 3 months in. We've finally figured out our trend to start as things start to open up, and nobody's going to be inside anymore. It'll just be
No.
you shooting yourself at this point.
Yeah.
Well, if this ever comes around again, which I hope it doesn't, we can use this as our trend to keep people active. Parking garage,
Yeah. We'll
basketball
know how to
courts.
approach it.
Yes, we'll be farther ahead of the
We'll know
game than
how to
anybody
approach
else
it
will
from
be.
day one.
hmm
Yeah.
Looking back at this year for you guys, up and down a bit, could say. You guys were 11 and
Yeah.
9, finished fourth. You guys won 6 straight in February. I don't know what happened in February. You guys flicked a switch,
Mm-hmm.
and momentum started to build, and played yourself up to the 4th spot. You beat Memorial in the quarterfinal, 81-57. Lost, fortunately, to a good Dow team in the
Yeah.
semifinals. Just kind of your thoughts on how the season played out overall for you guys.
Well, I think it wasn't the season we were expecting for,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like we had a lot of very timely injuries at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Like to start off the season, we had a couple injuries, and like mid-season, we had a couple. So that kind of like threw off how we wanted to play and how we wanted to approach certain teams.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we had the right guys to still go out there and fight.
Mhm.
Lost some tough games, but nonetheless, I'm proud of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll all be back and ready to go next year.
Yeah, I think like you guys only had 2 fifth years, Novell
Yeah,
and Travis.
yeah,
So everybody else is back. Another year under your belts. You were second team All Star. Janelle was a first team All Star. So you guys have the talent
yes, sir.
back. And
Yeah,
like you said, injuries, you can't really plan for that. And you just kind of got to take your bumps and roll with it. But then again, like you guys rolled with it. You guys were 5-8, and then February came around, and I don't know what happened, but
yeah. We just kind of realized that we weren't going to make the playoffs, so we just had to do it.
just you got to put
Yeah,
foot to the gas, and you guys ended up
yeah,
rattling off 6 straight. Lost to Acadia in the final game, but it is what it was. And then
yeah.
again, you guys carried the momentum and steamrolled Memorial. Essentially, you guys just came in quick, fast paced, and didn't break, and just
Yes,
kept
sir.
rolling.
Yeah, I feel like once everybody realized that the playoffs was kind of slowly fading away,
Mm-hmm.
like you can see the intensity picked up in practice, and like everybody
Mm-hmm.
is more dialed in and in tune to what the coaches wanted us to do. So
Yeah, bit of a fight or flight response, if you will. If you realize
yeah,
you don't put it together, you're gonna be watching on
yeah,
TV,
watching from the sidelines or TV.
and nobody wants to do that.
No, because
If
if I'm not playing, I'm not going to the gym. So definitely on TV.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're not playing in that tournament in one of those 6 teams,
Yeah, I'm
not,
not going.
mm-mm.
There's not a chance.
It's painful. It's not.
It is.
Why would you? Who would put themselves through that so quickly? Like it's still fresh. You missed the playoffs, and yeah, let's go watch. No, I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah, and I'm glad we made it because my mom actually flew in and she surprised me, like
Oh, okay.
because I'm from the Bahamas, so
Mm-hmm.
she kind of like flew in for the
Mm-hmm.
Memorial game. And surprised me, her and my younger brother. So
How long was it? If you don't mind me asking, how long was it between then and when you had seen her last?
feel like July 2018.
Okay, so year and a
So
half, almost 2
yeah, like a
years.
year and a half. Yeah,
Damn. What was that like for you? So you had no idea that she was coming.
no idea at all.
How did that play out then for you?
Like the night before, like I text her
Mm-hmm.
and like my messages wasn't going through to her phone. I was like, this is odd. Like something is wrong. Like
Mm-hmm.
because she flies a lot. Like she's a frequent flyer. So I'm like thinking
Okay.
like maybe she's like because I already had it in my mind like maybe she's like on a flight somewhere like
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know like she was coming to like Halifax. So like
Okay.
we walked in the gym. I think was it Cape Breton? I think Cape Breton, their ladies were playing before us.
Mm-hmm.
So we walked in the gym to like watch a little bit of their game. And like they were sitting like behind like the bench that we would sit at eventually.
Yeah.
Like they had like the pamphlets that the AUS gave people like in front of their face. I was
Okay.
like, why is these people like why do they have their like pamphlets so close to their face, So I'm just like sitting and like I just see this person like recording me
Mm-hmm.
and I realized it was her.
What were
It was
you?
pretty cool.
What was your emotion when you realized it was her?
I was happy, not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Very, very, very happy.
I
It caught me
would
off
hope
guard.
so. I would hope you were
Yeah.
happy. Could you imagine if you were just like, oh, it's just mom? Okay, great. Wow,
Nah, it would never be that reaction.
that would be cool. Like you see those videos online all the time with like NCAA players, like ESPN will post it, and they haven't seen their mom in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Those are the moments you'd love to see. Like the raw emotion, like the joy, the happiness of having family back together. Like
Yeah.
those moments are the ones that you'll never forget, and your teammates will never either because they were there and got
Yeah.
to witness it too.
They were all happy for me too. And they made sure I got like the first shot of the game too.
Okay, get it from mom.
Yeah. And it went in. So
And she saw you guys. Did she stay for the whole weekend, or did she just come for the one
yeah,
game?
she did. She stayed for the whole weekend.
Okay, at least you guys got one win under your belts, 4 to watch. You can probably chalk it up to
Yeah.
mom's extra motivation if you will. Give it to her for that one, the MVP of that game for sure.
Yeah. She was the driving force of that game for sure.
Oh, 100%. I couldn't even imagine you have your mom there for the first time. And was that the first game she had seen you play at St. Mary's?
Yeah, that was the first one.
So having her there to watch a game, there was no way you were going to let your team lose that game.
No, we weren't going to lose that one. Nah.
Even without mom there, I don't think there was a way you would let the team lose, but that just pushes that even further.
Yeah. We're still pretty focused going into that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that just was like a little extra Gatorade juice.
Just some Michael Jordan special juice from Space Jam.
Yeah.
Those are the moments you love. Like, those are the ones that, especially in Canadian basketball, since it's not nearly covered as much as it should be, like, those are the moments that you'd never hear about but love to hear about at the same time. Like, something like that would have blown up in the States, but I also like how it was so private for you guys to just enjoy and enjoy it as family without cameras in your face.
Well, yeah, they did kind of like interview her at halftime. I never watched it though.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and watch it, see what she said.
See, those are the ones you just love. Those are the stories that just make the game that much better, and just adds that extra storyline to the game for you guys, and just all around, like, just a great story to hear. Like, those are fantastic. It's one of the special moments, like you said, that you'll never forget. It's going to be in your mind forever.
Forever, yeah.
Looking ahead to next year, like now, like you said, with season not starting until January, hopefully with you guys having your decline in cases, that hopefully means you get in the gym earlier, can go back to the gym and kind of work out, whether it's small groups, one-on-ones, whatever, just to get in the gym. What's the focus now for you going into next season? Because, like you said, coming off this year, second team All-Star, you're 7th in league in scoring, 2nd in blocks with 29, 8th in rebounds. What's your goal to continue your progression into year 3 and to kind of get the Huskies back to where they've been in the past years at the top of the league?
Well, I've never really been the guy to just focus on one or two specific things.
Okay.
When I go to the gym, it's just you hone all your skills. Like, you get better at everything or you don't get better at nothing. That was my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to the gym, it's like 3 times a day, just working on all kinds of different stuff.
Jesus.
And I did that all summer last year, like the whole summer, every day, every single day. And that's what got me to where I am right now.
So what's a day like for you then in the summer? If you go to the gym 3 times a day, is it like breakfast, gym, lunch, gym, dinner, gym? Like, what is a day like for you? Because that's a lot.
Like in the summer, we have like basketball camps.
Right.
So I'll be working those. So like I'd have to be there for 8. So normally I'll go to the gym at like 6:15-ish.
Okay.
Probably get a full workout in.
Mm-hmm.
Get the shower, come back, wait for the kids to come in. And then we'll do lunch at 12. So then I would shoot at lunch, like shoot on the gun.
Okay.
During lunchtime. And then after camp over's at 4. I'd like go get a bite to eat again, come back, work out, and then probably scrimmage for having a scrimmage that day.
Jeez. That's and then just rinse and repeat and do it Monday to Friday, 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
That's dedication. That is committed. And I was gonna, not gonna lie, I was waiting for you to say when you ate, because you got to the gym at 6. Okay, you work out, you shower, then you go to camps till lunch, then you shoot at lunch, and I was like, okay, when's this guy gonna eat? And then 4 o'clock, grab a bite to eat. And damn, it's 4 o'clock already. 2 gym workouts.
I'll have a teammate like bring me like some lunch from the calf with the campers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get a quick bite before I resume camp with the campers.
So you get your shots on the gun, and then whatever they bring, you just find a way to eat it as quick as you can and get right back into it.
Yeah. So even like with the breaks and like not shooting on the gun, I'm still dealing with basketball with campers. So I'm still
Hmm.
probably doing ball handling,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
So shit's always
running
going.
drills or whatever. Just
Yeah,
there's always a ball in your hand in the summer,
yeah,
and that's good. Like you're always around the games. Like there's never a time away from basketball, so you're always have to be sharp, or else
yeah.
the campers aren't going to learn anything.
You know, they just goof around, kids.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, they're not really there to learn. They're just there to
No,
hang out and have fun. And if they learn something, great.
have
If they just
fun.
make friends, who cares? They got
Yeah,
to
it's a
hang out with
fun
you
time
guys
for
all
them.
day.
They love it.
Yeah, they love hanging out with the athletes and like because you guys are massive compared to them. So they love all of it. If basketball was the last thing on their list and they just got to hang out with you guys all day, they're sold.
Yeah, they just want to come and make TikToks and
Okay.
dance the whole time. Play bump the
Yeah.
entire day.
Okay. So TikToks and bump. I like it. I like it. I haven't got on the TikTok trend. Do you do them yourself or
No,
just with campers?
no, no. Yeah, I don't do them at all. I'd
Okay.
watch you, I'd record you, but
Oh, you're the guy behind the camera. So you're like
yeah, I'd be behind the camera.
you're the young sung hero of TikToks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if anything comes up that we ever see you in front of the camera on a TikTok, I'm gonna play this back and say you lied.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I don't think so
I
either.
don't
I'm
think
not.
so.
My wife watches them, so I watch them with her. I never will I be on one. I will say that right now with full confidence. Never gonna get
Yeah.
myself on a TikTok. This podcast with my face is about as far as it's gonna get. No one else needs to see
Yeah.
any more of that. That's it.
I'll definitely never make a TikTok.
No, mm-mm. I don't even have the app on my phone. Not even worth it.
Neither. And my friends always like send me
Of course they do.
TikToks. Like
Of
my
course they do.
my Safari browser is like full of TikToks right now.
It's just tabs and tabs of TikToks that you haven't watched yet
Yeah.
because people just send them to you all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kind of one thing I talked about we had Ozzy Omar on at the end of season 1 of this, talking about the AUS being overlooked a bit on the national scale. Do you think that's true? Do
I
you think
think
the
it
AUS
is.
gets slighted a bit versus Canada West, OUA, and I think you can put Quebec in your category too, overlooked by Canada West and OUA?
I feel like it is overlooked, and I'm not really sure why because
Mm-hmm.
I kind of made it this way. It's just my second year, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out like why it's so overlooked
Mm-hmm.
because we have great players and great
Mm-hmm.
talent that I feel like can play in any league.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
I'm
thing
not
I
really
keep
sure.
coming, the two I keep coming back to are the national final with Dow and Carleton.
Yeah.
You never hear about Dow leading at half.
No.
It's only that Carleton won, and that was the same with the 30-second highlight packs they had on TV. It was 28 seconds of Carleton and 2
Yeah.
seconds of the final score. And then on
Yeah.
the women's side, UPEI wins bronze, and they were never ranked throughout the
Never.
year.
Yeah.
How do you win bronze at nationals, but are never ranked in the top 10?
Just, just fly under the radar.
I mean, that bodes well for them.
Yeah. Just work in
100%.
silence.
Nobody's paying
No.
attention. They just go about their business, and then it's the culture shock for the rest of the rest of the country.
Yeah.
But
It surprised
how do you
everyone how
not get
proud of them.
ranked? I don't get it. It makes no sense.
Be honest, I have no idea.
And like you said, the AUS is chock full of talent from team 1 through team 8
Chock-full.
on both sides, men's and
But
women's. Yet
it totally
the
is.
level of attention does not come anywhere near where it should.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. I don't know, maybe because not enough media coverage or like I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's like just a general population base, like 18 teams in Ontario, 17 in Canada West.
Yeah,
That's 35 of your 48 teams in U Sports. I don't
that's
get it.
true.
I don't get it.
Maybe it is because of that.
But you put your top 2, 3 teams from the AUS, top 1 or 2 from Quebec into the other leagues, and they're going to be right at the top too.
Yep. We'll be right in the discussion.
Just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense, to be honest. But I don't.
At all.
I've beat that drum too many times that it's irrelevant at this point. Any
I hope
last?
it changes in the future, though.
Hopefully, I hope it does. I hope it does. I really hope it does. That's all I can really say. There's so many talented players, talented coaches that deserve the attention, that are worthy of the attention. UPEI is my example. I'm going to use that for however long until it happens.
Yeah, until that happens.
It's got to change. Something's got to change. Maybe we can spearhead that too. We'll spearhead the change. We'll spearhead the parking garage basketball courts.
Yeah.
And
I think we got a good partnership going.
And we'll never do anything on TikTok. It's all going to be.
It's definitely out.
Maybe that's what we need to do, though, is get attention to the AUS. We'll stay behind. We'll stay behind the camera, but we'll get people to talk on TikTok or do whatever to bring any sort of attention to the East Coast and the AUS, and hopefully that'll translate to some rankings and some overdue appreciation.
Hopefully.
Because TikTok's all the rage. That's what all the kids are on anyway. So if they're watching that, I don't know.
TikTok will get the views up.
Might be onto something. And we'll just have to like mix in clips of games in the middle of it, like break up the dance and put a clip in for 5 seconds and then have them go back to the dance. It's like your subliminal messaging to get them to pay attention. I think we're onto something. Okay, I'm gonna mark this down just in case it ever comes around to it that we have to work something out. Yeah. Anything from you that you want to touch on or shed light on that we haven't hit on yet?
A lot of people have been like pushing me to like try to get like this slam dunk thing going.
Oh, the AUS slam dunk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
I don't really know.
That Aussie and Pure Jumper put out.
Yeah.
That'd be a ton of fun. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. Still trying to figure out a way.
That'd be good though, because there's a lot of good athletes. And
I just want to know who's coming second. That's it.
Ooh. Yeah. Confident. I like it. Yeah. So Q is first. Now, okay. Who do you think would be among the top then?
Second? Well, Azaro's from the Bahamas too, so I've seen him do a couple stuff.
Okay. You got to stick with him. You got to stick with your hometown guys. Yeah. I like it.
I've seen him do way more than all the other guys, so I'd probably put him second. And then, honestly, they didn't even mention Nikita.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah.
So, and I practice with him every day, so I know he'll be at the top.
Okay. I hear Hankins can jump too. I hear he can.
I've heard it, but I've never seen anything.
Okay.
So I don't want to belittle anyone, but I've never seen anything.
This could be what gets AUS on the map.
Yeah.
Huh.
We'll get it going though.
We'll have to work with Ozzy on that too, and try to figure out a way to get his idea into action. Social media dunk contest or whatever we can.
Yeah. As soon as the gyms open back up.
That's true.
I mean, if everybody submits like 3 dunks.
If all else fails, I mean, you have your net in the parking garage.
Yeah.
Huh. So that'd be a way to get it on the map, I think. Something different nobody's done.
Yeah, it will be.
You just got to get in the gym. Or if you have a net, if you have a street net, then I guess you could do it there too. But I mean,
it's
a lot different jumping off a basketball court than it is your street.
Yeah, jumping off the solid ground.
I mean, I don't have that. My vertical is probably negative, so I have nothing to base that off of, but that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going yourself first,
Yeah.
Zaro second, and
Zaro
third is
second.
wide open right now.
Wide open. Up for grabs.
Okay, so basically the podium is 66% full. So 1 and 2 are already covered. Everybody else is just fighting for third.
Yeah. I just hope Azar can make his dunks, you know. Sometimes he just be missing, so.
Okay. Ooh, that might
Somebody
hurt
else
then.
might grab second from him.
Ooh, but first is without. There's no hesitation on first, no question. Everybody's fighting for at least second.
Yeah, there's no chance first is
Okay.
out of the window.
Okay, I want to make this happen now. I'm curious to see. I'm looking forward to this. Anything else? I know you posted on Instagram any topics that you want to bring up. If we've hit on them all already, that's fine with me too. Gonna give you the last word if you want to shed any light on what you've got going on, what's going on in Halifax, the season, the Huskies. I'll give you the last word on whatever you want to shed a bit of extra light on.
Yeah, well, I didn't really get any too serious topics, just like teammates goofing around, asking for a shout out.
Hey, if you want to give a list of shout outs, give a list of shout outs.
Shout out to all my teammates, but specifically shout out to Nick and Kevin, my 2 roommates. You guys need to hurry up, come back because I'm bored. They're in Montreal right now, so they're probably stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Trey Clayton. He's here from Halifax. He's been keeping my company, making sure I stay on my grind. Shout out Chow Neal, Travis. Shout out Coach Matt McDonald too, our assistant coach, my best friend. Yeah, he's begging for that one.
Of course he was.
Shout out to the head coach, Jonah, for putting up with me every day. And I just like to tell everybody who's an athlete that's listening to this to keep working and don't get discouraged. Like, you have 6 months to prepare your craft for the upcoming season, so don't let it go to waste.
Yeah. I think this is the time now that, like, COVID, like, it's been 3 months and now it's another 6 months until the season.
Yeah.
This is the time where people are going to start to get down on themselves a bit and not want to put in the work. Like you said, you got to keep pushing. You got to be ready for when the season comes back, when you get in the gym, because if you take off the next 3 or 4 months and everybody else continues to work, you're going to be that far behind. And no one wants to be behind.
If like 60% of the athletes in every sport take it serious, the competition should like boost up drastically in January.
Yep. I think if people put in the work, the product that we're going to have in January is going to be incredible. Like, everybody's going to be at the top of the game. Everybody's going to be hungry to get back and compete.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring out the best in everybody on both sides. The game is going to be that much better when it comes back.
It will be.
It's going to be fun for fans. It's going to be fun for fans. It's going to be fun for players to be a part of. It's just, like you said, just something to look forward to and just motivate you to be better, because everybody else is going to be, and you don't want to be the last one pulling up the rear that didn't put in any work in the summer, comes in overweight, out of shape. Coaches are going to ride you hard.
Yep.
And that's not fun at all.
Going to find a way at the end of the bench.
Or off the bench.
Or off the bench.
And no one wants to be off the bench. At least if you're at the end of the bench, you're still on it.
Yeah.
There's still a chance. But if you're off the bench,
you still have a chance, yeah.
If you're off the bench, you have no chance in coming back.
Yes, buddy. Say goodbye.
Like that. I hope there's nobody like that, but you know there's going to be somebody somewhere that didn't put in any work, and you just got to roll with it. You make your own bed, you got to lay in it at the end of the day.
That's true.
Well, Q, I want to thank you for doing this. It was a lot of fun. We got some ideas to work on. We're looking forward to the dunk contest. We'll figure out. Looking forward to our parking garage basketball courts that we can figure out. And if I ever come across the Q Gibson TikTok account, we're gonna have to do a second episode, and we'll have some questions, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I really appreciate you taking time to do this. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can see you back on a court soon with the Huskies getting ready for the season.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thanks for having me.